our darkest hour, just as the riots threatened to consume the colonies like a brush fire, all lights were snuffed out. On one tragic day in May 2022, unidentified terrorists detonated an EMP in the LA stratosphere. The West Coast was abruptly plunged into darkness. Cities were devastated as powerless spinners, blimps, and airborne vessels crashed into the buildings and streets below. For 10 disastrous days, all machines were inoperable. Communications were down. Cities were deaf and blind. When the grid was restored, society was shocked to learn that the worldwide data link had been erased. During the power outage, a coordinated attack was staged against all secure data centers on Earth, destroying all digital and magnetic backups for the storage cloud, long standing as the sole depository of all data. Bank accounts, medical records, libraries, family photos, the DNA of the digital world deleted. Finance and trade markets crashed overnight. All infrastructures collapsed. As society struggled to rebuild, no group took credit for the atrocity now known as the Blackout. Yet as the attack erased the replicant registration database and made all nexuses virtually untraceable, replicants were blamed. Society was forever changed by the blackout. Mass distrust of digital technology inspired a new age of more simplistic yet reliable analog technology, machinery, and data keeping. Many industry titans based on Earth also pulled up stakes and headed for safer grounds off world, drastically reducing the economy and job market. Even airborne transportation became unpopular, relegated only for government use and select citizens with authorization. Most importantly, the UN declared the indefinite prohibition of replicant technology. Megacities heavily invested in rejuvenated rep detect units with new retirement divisions solely dedicated to retiring any and all replicants, not just the Nexus 6 model that habitually demonstrated violent tendencies, but all Nexus models, including the compliant N8s, were now forced to run. With one sweeping judgment, it took only a few years for everything to change. Tyrell Corp quickly fell into infamy, then bankruptcy. The Underground imploded after the UN founded the Replicant Underground Task Force, expanding the Blade Runner's jurisdiction to police any replicant-related crimes, including humans violating prohibition or obstructing justice. The remaining N8s either died or disappeared into obscurity, and society soon sighed in relief as the 4-year lifespans of the last remaining Nexus 6 replicants naturally ran out. And with that, humankind's greatest era of innovation came to a somber and unceremonious end. Hello, and welcome to Electric Memory, a Blade Runner campaign set in the world of the films and using the system published by Free League Press. We're also using the Roll20 virtual tabletop, including the music provided within the platform. As a content note, this game deals with many of the same themes as the film, including unreliable memory, mistaken identity, mistaken heritage, and loss of innocent life. Viewer discretion is thus advised. The game also presumes that player characters will be Blade Runners, part of a semi-autonomous unit attached to the LAPD. As an Angelino, I can tell you straight up that the LAPD sucks. They have always sucked, and they will probably continue to suck to the heat death of the universe. This show is not meant to be propaganda in any way, and will work to highlight corruption and abuse inherent in institutions like the LAPD and anyone else given literal licenses to kill. Also, you might notice that the layout is a bit different tonight. Our friend Leo is still on paternity leave. Congratulations on the new infant. And 2 more players are out of town. Since last game ended on a bit of a cliffhanger, you were all coming under attack. Seems a little unfair to run that when you're down by half. So tonight is going to be a little different.
We can
We're
just
going
use
to
them as
be
meat shields, right?
What do you mean? Like when one of us can't is not allowed to fight back, and 3 of us are missing,
Yeah,
and we've got
you're
a person
being
to
attacked by
protect.
by a highly trained paramilitary? I mean,
We
what?
don't know that.
I know, but I do, which is why instead of running that, we're going to run tonight as a
Oh, and
series
with
of.
how Aaron
Well,
rolls.
you know,
Oh wait, we
normally
might have been fine with the birthday bonus.
How
Yes,
dare you?
yes, it is Erin's birthday tonight. Happy birthday! So she gets advantage
Woo!
Or
on her
regular birthday
rolls.
if that's what you want.
So yeah, remind me when it's your birthday. You also get the advantages. So tonight we're going to be running flashback episodes, focusing on how Dutch and Evie became Blade Runners, and what was it that Evan lived through that made Wallace Corp want to rewrite all of his memories.
Not even I know.
Not even, no, no, you do not know, but you will find out what your character has locked somewhere in that complicated Neanderthals designed brain. So with that in mind, we're not going to do a recap. We're going to save that for next week. Oh, you already have a benevolence, Cthulhu. Happy birthday.
I'm gonna pass that to either Eric or Ben, whoever wants it, since
Okay,
I already have it.
You two
all
can.
right.
You
So
can have
there
it,
is
Eric. I
an
like crashing and burning.
advantage in the hopper. So, no recap, but go ahead and introduce yourself and your Blade Runner to the audience, please.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Aaron. And yes, as it was already mentioned, it is my birthday. It's the last birthday of my 30s. I'm fucking old. um, tonight, my pronouns are she, they, they. Tonight, I will be playing Evie Tofana and a couple other characters in some other flashbacks. So I will be doing big changes throughout the night. Yeah, that's it for me.
Hey, I'm Ben. It's not my birthday, and I'm playing a series of people tonight. You can tell because I'm not wearing the traditional Evan Brown or beige.
Hey, I'm Eric. I'll be playing Dutch as well as another assortment of characters as well for the flashback.
Okay, excellent. So, I have no idea how long each of these stories will take to resolve. So let's just jump right in. And let's start with the birthday girl. So, Evie, this is about a year or so after the blackout. So you live through that chaos, manage to find some stability. You stagger home after yet another party on the 101st floor of, you forget, some high rise or another. They all blend together after a while. The important thing is that your purse is stuffed with the cash you earned in tips. And you've lined up a few new clients, yeah, waiting to hear from them. So as the rising sun struggles to pierce the thick cloud cover of Los Angeles, you stumble through the door to your apartment, and your sister is there, passed out on the couch. She's got a jacket over her face. There's books and notes just all around her. She clearly fell asleep in the middle of studying. And so, as tired as you are, you take a few minutes to tidy up around her. You try and stay quiet, but your sister stirs and pulls the jacket from her face. And you find yourself staring into your face, because you are, after all, identical twins. So, what's your sister's name?
Random name generator go.
I know, and
Devin.
I'm totally springing this on you.
And I have now suspicions about where this story is going to
What if
go.
the name generator gives you Rachel? That'd be a fun name.
Ooh, this is
That
good.
would be very confusing.
Uh, let's. Ooh, it's one of the first ones that popped up, even though it is a name of a friend of mine. Let's go with Lottie.
Lottie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Lottie just sort of slowly comes to wakefulness, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. No, let me help." And she starts reaching for her papers and trying to organize it all.
It's fine. It's fine. I I'm just gonna pass out anyway. I had a long night.
Oh, yeah, I picked up some ginger noodles on the way home from the gym. I left half for you.
Oh, great. I'll probably have those when I wake up.
Yeah, how was your night?
She'll kind of look at the purse and be like, pretty good.
Yeah, and so she also looks at the purse, and she knows what you had to do to get that money, and her face kind of falls, and she says, you won't always have to do this. Once I pass my exams, I'll support you in whatever you want. You can become a yeast farmer or a DG model or one of those memory engineers for Wallace.
Honey, I do like what I do, right? And it's really good money.
Yeah, but once I get into Rep Detect, it'll be even better money, and we can move out of this shithole. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. You know that's still being a cop, right?
I mean, it's not a real cop. They do good work.
I don't want to have this debate again, but being part of an institution means that you're part, like there's no, if you're in a batch of rotten apples, it spreads.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be a cop.
You think just because you're policing replicants, it's not the same thing?
No, Rep Detect, they can do their own thing, right? They're like more associated with the UN and the White Helmets.
That just makes it sound so much worse.
Hey, it was the UN that brought us out of the shithole. Everything that happened after the blackout. Besides, I mean, how are things ever gonna get better if good people don't try and change things?
You're right. You're right. I'm
You know
sorry.
I'd do a good job.
Of course, I know you would. Of course, I'm just saying that maybe spending time with those kind of people will change you.
Or I'll change them.
I fucking hope so.
Anyway, exams are soon, and I should probably get some sleep. 'Cause I don't want to fight.
It's we're sisters. That's what we do, right? And then we
Yeah.
make up.
I'll take you out to dinner when I pass my exams.
Okay.
All right. So with that, you both depart, not necessarily to your own bedrooms, because you certainly can't afford an apartment that nice, but
No.
you can at
Bunk
least
beds,
afford.
bunk beds, bunk beds.
Oh, that'd be fucking sweet if we had bunk beds.
Okay, sure. I had in mind two beds on opposite sides of the room, but if you
Oh,
want
that's
bunk
that's
beds,
sadder. I like that better. That's sadder.
Lofted,
okay.
though, like bunk beds would be. So there's more room for activities.
What activities are
Jesus.
you imagining goes on in this apartment?
I don't know. Poverty.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
wish I was
having
about to say
sleep
I was
for
about to say
dinner.
poverty is not an activity, but I am a broke bitch, and I'm like, actually being poor is an activity.
It's a full-time job.
It is.
For real.
She just like me, for real, for real. So Evie will she probably has like it's I'll guarantee she has like a slit in her mattress and she just shoves her money in there because she doesn't have a
Mm-hmm.
fucking bank account.
I mean, you shouldn't, like, entire fortunes were wiped out during the
Yeah.
blackout.
So yeah, she
So,
stuffs it all in her mattress and then uh
mattress money is a perfectly reasonable choice to make in this setting.
I honestly I bet Evie does that in present time too. Anyways, so yeah, she'll stuff her money into her mattress as per usual with like leaving yourself a little spending money. Take a quick shower and then pass out.
Okay. So, you continue in your current career, and your sister, about a week later, takes the Reptech exams, and despite something like a 95% failure, she gets in. She's made it. Alright, and so, the morning of the graduation ceremony, they send a skimmer to pick you up.
I'm sure Evie tenuously gets into a fucking police car.
It's unmarked.
Yeah, she'll get in.
Okay. It's a really nice skimmer. This isn't a squad car or a patrol car. It's more like a van.
Ooh.
And it is driven by a replicant who introduces herself as SD678. But you can call her Sadie. You okay?
I'm good. Nice to meet you, Sadie.
Yeah, is this everybody?
Yeah, it's just me. We don't.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't want. There's no family. It's up to me. So
oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's just that, most people when they graduate, they bring their whole family. Um, no, that's fine.
I'm it. The whole family.
Okay. And your sister is there. She's with you and like starts trying to volunteer information about whatever happened to your parents. Uh,
Yeah, I've always presumed it was a fire. Quite
okay.
of questionable start.
All right. So on the way over, Sadie will engage in small talk. I guess you must be happy to finally becoming a Blade Runner. And Lottie is like, oh yeah, it's everything I've ever dreamed about. And then Sadie asks, what about you? What do you do for a living?
I believe the fancy term they use nowadays is doxy.
Oh, oh yeah, that's respectable work. That's decent work.
It pays well. You meet interesting
Yes.
people.
I bet you do. That's what I've heard. Uh, yeah, so I hear that Neander Wallace himself is gonna give your commencement speech.
Wow.
Yeah, he must think that like this unit has some potential if, he's coming down from on high to do it.
She'll look at body. You didn't tell me you're part of some like crack team. I thought this was just a standard Blade Runner test.
Oh, I mean it's it's the Los Angeles Reptitech unit, right? We kind of wrote the book on policy and procedure.
Okay.
And so at that point, Sadie kind of swears and says, "Ah, shit. All right. Uh, we might have a problem." And you look out the skimmer window, and you see two separate groups of protesters. They're just outside where the graduation ceremony should happen, which is called Tyrell Plaza. If you're at all familiar with LA geography, Pershing Square, you're at Pershing Square. Uh, but it has now been renamed to Tyrell Plaza. And even though you can't really hear them, not yet, you can see their signs that they're holding up. So one group is clearly empathists who are protesting. Uh, no, I got those wrong in the notes. So a group of sympathists has sort of set up across from where the graduation ceremony will be happening on Tyrell Plaza. They are protesting the entire existence of RepDetect unit as a violation of the civil rights that all replicants are due. And so, they don't want RepDetect to exist. They want replicants to be able to integrate into mainstream society. Uh, they want them to be granted their legal civil rights. And so, getting wind that this will happen, the empathists have set up a counter protest. These are the ones who believe that replicants are dangerous, that their presence on Earth is a threat.
I think Evie's gonna reach into her purse, not grab the switchblade, but grab the mace. In this case,
Okay, and so you do that, and your sister Lottie, she sees you and just sort of gently puts her hand on yours. Says, "Hey, it'll be fine. They're just protesters. Nothing's gonna get violent." And for someone who gives me lectures, you're a little fast on the trigger.
it's just mace, and you don't last long in my job not being safe.
I didn't know you dealt with crowds of protesters.
That's okay. We're gonna play literal games today. Okay, you know what? Fine, fine. She'll put it back. She'll throw it. Just,
So, Sadie does some slick driving. Gets you past the protesters at first, but you're gonna have to walk on past them. And Sadie says, "Look, normally I'm just supposed to drive and drop you off, but let me walk with you, right?"
are you sure you're gonna be okay? They're gonna say some vile shit. I promise you.
Nothing I haven't heard.
Okay.
All right, so Sadie starts escorting you, essentially, from the parking area onto Tyrell Plaza. And so, Eric and Ben, what sort of things are your opposing groups screaming at each other, at passersby, at the people walking up?
Show some empathy. Workers' rights are human rights.
I would imagine the sympathists are more in line with like just shouting general things like down with this, the system is wrong, but more than that, they're actually like showing reports or photos from like blurry photos of like illegal murders of like replicants from like mob rule type shit, like, oh, this replicant was beaten to death in this place and the cops just came in and slapped somebody on the wrist and took him away. So they're like showing, they're like they're shouting about that, just trying to like put an emphasis on the fact that you've created this system of oppression and now you're reinforcing it. Go get the hell out of here,
We created the
Yeah.
system. They created the system, pointing at Tyrell Tower. How many kids are going hungry every night because their parents don't have work? Because of those fucking skin jobs.
Oh wow. Ah. Yeah, so they're just waiting to get an opportunity to get close enough to like anybody of importance for a public address and then like throw a pie in their face, that kind of thing.
You're
Okay.
either like the Lavender Menace.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I would like both of you to give me an insight roll.
Ooh, okay.
So, do I have a sheet for
Mhm.
You should
Bees.
let
I got
me.
10. I don't trust roll 20, so I'm gonna roll the meat space dice.
Yeah, roll a d10 and a d6, please, Ben.
Sure, D10, D6.
Pretty good on
6 and a
this one.
4.
Fuck. 5 and a 3.
Ha
On a
ha!
D12 and a D10,
I'm
I
better
rolled a
than in
5 and a
every
3.
way.
And
All right. So, what happens is the both of you see three women approaching you. And Dutch, you don't really give a shit, so you're never actually looking. So yeah, it's just three women. What? Uh, however, Ben,
I'm
or
not, listen, I'm
rather,
not like some kind of Twitter dude trying to clock people, okay? I don't know if any of them are a synth.
you
Jesus
can
Christ.
tell.
Listen, I spent some time prepping to not cross the line.
Well, but you can tell just by how one of them sort of tenses up and the way that they look at you. You're pretty sure that one's a replicant.
Is it Evie?
Fuck off.
The one that went for Mace?
No, it's the one with the short cut blonde hair, the one who got out of the driver's seat of the skimmer.
I assume someone from my side of the crowd would shout something. I don't know.
Oh, well, you're their leader. How do you
Whoa,
want to
I
lead
don't
them?
shout things at the people that keep them in line. Wow, that comes off as really. I'm just gonna stop talking for a little bit.
Okay. So Evie, as you walk up on Petros, the empathist, and Caspian, the sympathist, is there anything that you want to do or say to interact with the crowds of protesters? Flip one off, show one a sign of support.
I think she's gonna give a little head nod to the sympathists, like, I get it. And then she's going to juxtapose herself in between like Sadie and the empathists
Okay.
with a little head scratch, middle finger on the temple, just
All right, and so Sadie will just sort of whisper under her breath to you, you don't have to do that.
it's fine, it's fun.
And Lottie just says, they're just protesters.
They're fucking assholes is what they are.
You know, it's everybody's God-given right to be an asshole. Just as long as they're not criminal about it.
There's nothing criminal about flipping them off either.
You do what you want, Evie.
You know I will.
So, you are escorted uh, to where the uh, graduation ceremony begins to take place. Uh, and you can tell, you can hear from a distance the two protest leaders, and it sounds like things are escalating as they continue screaming things back and forth at each other.
Replicant rights are human rights.
Someone's throwing a bottle for that.
Okay, so yeah, someone throws a bottle, and someone on your side.
I'm affiliated with
Ca-
the group, of course. Yeah, it's a
yeah,
troublemaker
so
that shows up to these events.
Oh, Jesus.
I am not Ben Shapiro.
I'm just picturing you as Ben Shapiro.
Why? Because my name is Ben? Wait,
no, you are
Evan,
way cooler than
Eric,
that.
I thought I was Petros.
I would assume that's correct.
Oh, I fucked it up.
Oh, Rachel did
I'm
that.
sorry.
Okay.
I'm Caspian and you're Petros, I think.
Can't even keep my own notes straight. All right. So when someone from Petros' side throws that bottle, Caspian, what you hear is someone on your side yell, "Molotov, duck!"
Yeah, this is what he was expecting. So he has a B in manipulation, so he's just gonna be like, okay, this is it, this is the moment. So he gets everybody to back up, and then the cameras come out, the live feeds, recording them being violent against us.
Okay. Petros, there are cameras on you.
Do I have a character sheet?
Uh, Eric, because he's an overachiever, made one for himself.
Ah.
I should have overachieved too. Oops.
I did not realize that was an
Fine.
option.
There are generic stats, I believe.
I failed the extra
comments.
credit assignment. It's my birthday. I pass anyway. I get
It's
extra
all
credit.
right. You're exempt. You're exempt. It's your birthday.
That's it.
But what would you like to do?
I'm being given a free platform. I will start going off on how the average person on Earth waits 18 years to be told they're not good enough to get a job to support themselves or their friends and family. These skin jobs come out to just support the corporatist mindset. They are trying to kill us, to turn the cradle of humanity into its casket. They want to kill us off and replace us with them.
Well, please don't give us that much of a. Don't give us too much credit. You killed yourselves a long time ago. You're really good at it too. You don't need us to do that for you.
There you go, Ben.
Thank you. Boop, boop. And now chat doesn't have to look at, or viewers don't have to look at me flipping through the thing constantly.
All right, is there a check that you would like to make?
That would be manipulation, I guess, because intimidate's under there. But I think I'm making a good point, but I make that point a lot. Or this character makes that point a lot.
Go ahead and make the roll, because let's see how eloquently you do it to either pacify or piss these people off. Whoops.
Well, they're not people, apparently. They're replicants, so...
Oh boy.
All right.
No
so
replicants
while
ever had to drop out of high school to support its 3 younger siblings.
All right. So while all this is going on, Evie, you and Sadie take places in the audience while your sister gets up on the dais as part of the graduating class, and it's a pretty small class. There's only like 8 other people up there with her. Um, you see a guy in like this ill-fitting brown suit, who he's got a flask in one hand and some kind of inhaler on the other, and just sort of takes turns taking hits off both of them. You okay?
Yeah, I realized who it was very quickly.
Yeah, and you also see a couple other people. You recognize the mayor. You recognize Neander Wallace, who currently has his sight. He's not
Mhm.
yet gone blind.
Huh.
We'll fix
Uh,
that.
yeah, you will.
He will lean over to Sadie and be like, I bet his shoes cost more than I made the entirety of last year.
Your life.
So,
The entirety of your life.
so on the other side of you, you hear someone say, "How much did you make last year?" And you look over, and it's this kid, maybe about like 12,
Uh,
sitting next to what is clearly a younger sibling.
she'll wink and be like, it was all off books. I never really counted.
Oh yeah, what do you do?
I'm an entertainer.
That's cool. I want to be a DG model when I grow up.
Hey, you gotta dream big, I guess.
Yeah, my mom says it's hard work. That's her up there. And she points to someone standing next to Lottie.
Oh, shit, your mom's right next to my sister.
Wow, that's your sister?
Yep.
Oh, she's really pretty.
Oh, thank you. We're twins.
Yeah, you're pretty too.
Thank you. You're sweet. She'll like ruffle kid head.
Thanks. Mom says that now we can move to the 80th floor.
Wow. That's that's
Is
really
that is
impressive.
that good?
Yes, the higher up you are, the richer you are.
Okay.
It's easier to rob people on the lower floors.
And you get to literally look down on people.
Yes, also that.
So, do you think my mom's gonna have to kill a lot of replicants?
Uh, I don't know, kid. I hope not.
She says that retired is a better term, but I don't know. Like they look like people.
I think this might be a lesson too young or too early for you to learn, but adults like to dress up things with fancy words to make them feel better about the shitty thing they're doing.
Uh, we had a replica babysitter once, and she was really nice, but she was an N8, and then so she died. Like real died, not retired. She died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanks. So while you're having this conversation, kind of at the back of your head, you hear like the shouts and the yells intensify because someone yelled, "It's a Molotov, duck!" It's not a Molotov. It was a bottle of some like bright green sugary soda. Uh, but still, someone called Molotov, and this means everybody is on high alert. And the both of you, Caspian and Petros, you see people on both of your side, like ease a pocket knife out of a jacket pocket, or like pick up a baseball bat from where they hid one behind the bus shelter earlier that day.
This is soup for our families. Not that the replicants would know about that.
Yeah, for some reason, soup for my family just becomes like it's slang for a peaceful protest.
Yeah, just like these new pride decorations that strangely look like bricks.
All right, so do you try and calm people down?
I would imagine Cassius would try to ease anyone from reacting badly, especially if cameras are rolling and stuff. So he'll try to like do his best to calm them, and say something inspirational for them to remember. Like the struggle is more important than the individual. So he'll
All
say
right.
like, yeah.
Go ahead and give me manipulation, please.
Okay, that time I rolled 2 8s, so I got 2 successes.
Okay. So, you do your best to try and calm your side down, but the empathists have been riled the fuck up, and
We have
they
a goal,
begin.
though. We can see him on that stage.
You can.
If we can
You
take Wallace, that is a huge win for us. Them, the empathists, not.
Absolutely. And so that is why, in fact, some of the empathists start a flying V formation, crashing into the graduation ceremony. Right as Neander Wallace tries to take the podium. And they're yelling their slogans, workers' rights are human rights, down with replicants, down with skin jobs. And it becomes chaos. So all of you who are there, you see this absolutely gorgeous woman step up and whisper something into Neander Wallace's ear, and then she sort of leads him away.
Is it Love from the new Blade Runner?
It might
No,
be.
it's the one before. It's the one who preceded Love. Ask Dutch sometime. Caspian sees the action, and instead of like saying, "Oh, go charge at them," or take the stage or whatever, and take the opportunity of the chaos, instead Caspian will direct the sympathists to actually secure the people who are sitting in the seats, like for the ceremony, and get them to safety. Like, come with us, and get because they're replicants, so they're faster and stronger than the average bear. So they'll rush over, grab them, put them over their shoulder, and whisk them away from the violence.
Okay, so you start trying to extract people. No one understands exactly what's going on. So Evie, this unfolds almost in slow motion as you see this black oblong thing. Someone threw it and was aiming for the stage, but just wasn't strong enough. And so it's about to land right where you are. And just as you realize that it's a bomb, oh my god, it's a bomb, what do you do?
She grabs the kid and runs.
Okay, so you see Sadie leap into the air like an Olympic volleyball athlete and just spike it back directly into the crowd of empathists. Petros, give me a mobility check, please.
I've got 2 things to say about this slander. First of all,
Yeah.
we have our whole perception is hardworking, Americans. They ain't gonna fucking lob that shit. They're gonna hit the stage. We're not gonna put the bomb in somebody who can't fucking throw it like arm, Ooh, is 1 good?
1 is good. 1 is what you need to duck the shrapnel.
Can I see the replicants pulling people out of the crowd?
Go ahead and give me an observation, please.
Oh god, there's no chance of that.
That's an Edie roll right there.
That's what I get for being human.
They're kidnapping people, Petros.
I know, that's what I'm gonna
They're
see if I can
taking
get.
hostages.
Do I have like a boombox or a megaphone?
Absolutely.
Look at that! They're stealing kids. The replicants are stealing kids. And he just goes off on some sort of Alex Jones rant.
All right. So all you need to say is, "Oh my God, they're stealing kids."
It's the
for
same energy as they're making the frogs gay.
the same energy that they're doing the frog.
That they're making the frogs gay. You know that, Alex Jones.
Turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Oh God damn it! All right.
Listen, you can
So-
kind of guess what I watched before this. And then what I had to watch to cancel out what I watched.
I have a music video. I'll put it during the break.
Is it the
in
indie
chat.
one?
All right. So you're not exactly sure who opens fire first, but someone opens fire. And of course, there's a lot of cops here, so they start firing back. So, I would like mobility checks from everybody, please.
Okay.
Can I also, while I'm doing this, I want to know if Sadie's armed.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Observation, please.
Sure. 2 successes on observation.
Okay, she is not armed. And so what she just did, skirts the bounds of replicant propriety. Like, she
Okay.
didn't intend for anyone to get hurt, but she took a risky action that absolutely resulted in people getting hurt.
Remind Aaron, are replicants allowed to defend themselves from harm?
Minimally.
Okay.
It helps if they're a cop.
Okay. I will do a thing after I roll ability.
Okay.
I got one
one.
success, even
Okay.
after pushing twice.
Oh god. Any ones?
No ones, thankfully.
Well, not that it matters, I guess.
I rolled a 1 and a 5, and I'm wondering if I should push this. I should probably push this because this is I want to say a one-shot character, right?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, go ahead and.
How
roll
is
another
that
one.
worse?
Puny human. Can't push twice like we can.
Welcome to it, friend.
I'll
Welcome to
point.
it.
I only need to push once. That's what real human muscle's all about. We do it right the first time. We don't
Jesus
need 8
Christ.
generations of robo skin jobs.
Alright, so, Petros. You're not sure who shoots you, but you have done been shot.
I done been shot. Tell my husband I love him.
Evie, what are you doing?
Evie's focused on keeping this kid safe. She
Okay.
is going to, realizing that giving her knife to Sadie will be useless because Sadie probably can't use it. But
Okay.
mace probably she can make some use of, so she'll put that into Sadie's hand and be like, here, I'm going to bring the kid somewhere else.
Okay.
And then she's going to pull out her switchblade.
So, as you do this, Sadie says, "No, I'll take the kids. You need to be up there." And you look up just to see your sister fall.
She, like, probably just instinctually drops the kid and rushes the stage. Knife out, which is probably not great.
Oh, you're gonna get shot.
It's tucked though. Like she doesn't. It's not out. Like it's not been switched. It's just in her palm.
Okay. All right. And so you see Sadie just sort of like gather up the 2 children and like sort of like does like the mother bird under the wing thing almost with her arms and stuff like and you see her, you sort of see how replicants really function in that moment as you see her just very quickly scan the crowd and immediately figure out the safe route out, and she starts herding the children in that direction. And you will not see her again for some time.
I wonder when.
But you will see her again. And so you get up to the stage, and what has happened is all the graduates and some of the other Blade Runners who came here to watch the graduation ceremony, they've tried to make a rough barricade with like the chairs and the podium and everything. It's not really going to be enough, but you can tell that, like, there is a lot of panic and chaos going on. And your sister's like, Evie, are you okay?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine. Fuck! And, like, you see her, like, try and, like, tear a strip off her graduation robe, and, like, someone has winged her in the shoulder.
Oh, fucking. Here, let me.
Yes, Ben.
Would they be wearing graduation robes or dress uniforms?
You know what? Dress uniforms. That is accurate.
I've watched a lot of Police Academy in my time. I'm not ashamed to admit that.
She'll stash that hand. You suck at this. Let me do it.
Okay. Give me a first aid roll.
I'm actually decent at this. One. I
Alright,
have a
that's
C
nice.
in medical aid.
Okay. So you manage to sort of very quickly assemble some sort of bandage for her, but like the thing about shoulder injuries is like there's some pretty thick veins in this part of the body. And she is losing blood quickly.
So I think she's gonna switch her blade and use bra band, and she's going to
Okay.
tourniquet that arm instead.
Okay. Okay. And so your sister, going paler and paler, points to a skimmer, a spinner, that some of the other graduates and Blade Runners are running towards. It's like one of the van type ones that you took here, although it's not the same one.
She'll duck under like not shot arm and like keeping low will speedily make her way to the spinner with her sister.
Okay. So I'm not going to call a mobility check because, you know, some of these events have been scripted. So you make it to the skimmer, and you lay your sister sort of down on the bottom on like the part that's between two benches, just in time to see the guy in the brown suit that you saw earlier. He jumps into the driver's seat and just like waits for like 2 or 3 more people to get it inside, and then just shoof, takes off.
So they left without Evie, or?
No, Evie's in there. I assume Evie's
Oh.
in there.
Yeah, Evie's in there
Yeah.
with her sister. Like, no, there's no fucking way. She'd pull a knife on the dude if he tried to keep her out.
No, he's
It's
not
crazy to
trying
watch Evie just erase herself from the regular timeline.
No, he is not trying to keep anyone out. This is an evacuation situation.
We need to get her to hospital, like right now. Like right now.
So the guy, he turns his head around like, oh, fuck! And so he just starts muttering to himself and coughing to himself. God damn it, of course they would get my best fucking graduate. God fucking damn it. And so they eventually land on the roof of the hospital. And he is radioed ahead because, of course, police skimmers have that capability. So you are met with a crash team. But it's just a little too late. Your sister is alive, but she has fallen into unconsciousness.
Look, you just like I'm her twin sister. Take my blood. Take. I don't care. What is it? 2 pints? Put it in her. Right now. Let's go.
Okay. So, yes, ma'am. Please come with us. Come with us. And so you are led. You're not sure where your sister is taken. Just someone put her on a gurney and wheeled her away at speed. And you volunteer to give some of your blood. They very quickly and professionally draw it out. And then you have a very special hell that is the hospital waiting room. Shitty vending store, yeast coffee, shitty vending store, yeast popcorn. And so, after about a couple hours, the surgeon comes out, stained scrubs. He's clearly been at this for a long time. And he approaches the both of you. Says, well, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news.
What's the bad news?
Well, good news first. Your sister's alive. But she is in a coma. And we're not sure when she will wake up, if she will wake up, or what her condition might be.
Is there a better hospital than this one?
So, the brown-suited man... Nope, this is it.
Can I see her?
Yeah, of course, I'll lead you right in. So, there's your sister. Freshly bandaged in a hospital gown. Lots of machines beeping.
She pulls up a chair and just grabs her sister's hand and probably sits there for who knows how long.
Okay. So after a period of time, the brown-suited guy comes back and says, "You're the sister?"
She'll look at him with just the deadest fucking eyes, like, can't you see the fucking resemblance?
Is that all you have in common with her?
What do you mean?
She's one of the smartest, most capable cadets. You as good as her?
I have no fucking clue. I've never taken your little test.
Great. You're drafted. Show up
Excuse
here
me?
tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Deputy Chief Holden, head of LA Rep Detect. Half my graduates are down. Half my other agents are down. If you're half as good as your sister, what the fuck? I'll waive everything I can fucking waive. Great. See you tomorrow morning. He gets up, he starts leaving.
I'm not this is not how this fucking works. I'm staying here with my sister. I'm not showing up to play cops and robbers with you.
Nothing about this is a game, sweetheart. See you tomorrow.
Whatever steaming hot beverage she has, she immediately whips in his direction.
Hey, you know what? You know what you get as a member of Rep Detect?
What?
Which I should point out, your sister had not officially joined.
What?
Health insurance.
You're a real piece of shit, you know that? She'll sit back down.
Not the worst thing I've been called today. And he leaves. And that is how Evie Tofana became a Blade Runner. Happy birthday, Aaron.
Thank you.
That explains so much about why you doesn't know how to be a cop.
But she fucking doesn't.
Alright, so since we're doing 3 separate stories, my thought is to break things up a little bit. So, let's take a 5-minute break right now. We'll come back, we'll do Dutch's story, take another 5-minute break, and then focus on Evan. So, we'll see you all in 5 minutes.
See you soon.
return. And so this is a flashback for Dutch, if that's his real name. Dutch, you're a
Yeah.
young man, teenager, getting dressed, or rather being dressed as someone just sort of fusses over your cuffs and your tie and your shoelaces. Uh, and you're wearing a very finely tailored linen suit with little silk accents on the collar and the sleeves.
Oh
And
no.
looking out across the city, it is clear, very clear, that you are far above the 100th floor.
I
And,
get here.
yeah? So your mother comes into the room, and she's wearing a very nice evening gown with a shawl, and little diamonds sparkle at her earlobes and on the necklace that she's wearing. Really, really highlights how meticulously her hair has been styled.
Doing great,
And so,
Mom.
oh, look at you, my handsome man. Are you almost ready for the wedding?
I guess. His hands are shaking.
Well, this is important. One of your cousins is marrying into the Wallace family.
Yeah, it's important, I know. I just can't wait to
So
get out of this suit. Ugh.
she gives you a really long once over, like, no, I think you're still just a little too young to be put to work as a networking with your father's business allies. Why don't you escort that young Utani girl, Jessica?
Who?
S- Jessica Utani, you've seen her.
What does Jessica Utani look like?
Oh, very fashionable haircut. Changes the color often. I'm not sure what color she'll be wearing tonight. But
Oh
really,
yeah, I think I saw her in a magazine once. Yeah, yeah, sure.
it's in your own best interest. Well, we all know about your little ambitions. This strange notion that you need a job.
Doesn't everyone?
We're not everyone, sweetheart, you know that. But anyway, the Utanis would not mind having a Blade Runner in the family. And so you immediately tell, like, this is just like 2 steps short of your mother trying to actively arrange a marriage for you.
Boy. He rolls his eyes and like, protests when she fusses over like any little thing on his suit. It's like, come on, Mom, it's just lay off. Ugh.
Oh, no, no, everything has to be perfect. It always has to be perfect, you know.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
High standards are what got our family this high up in the city. Look at all of them down there. It's a shame. So many of them are clawing and clambering over each other. Maybe some lucky few of them will end up with a colonist visa. Find one life of labor exchanged for another.
Doesn't seem fair, Mom.
It's perfectly fair. It's always been fair. We will never have to worry about any of that. We'll never have to leave our home. We have everything we need right here, and we are blessed.
He kind of like rolls his eyes a little bit. It's like, yeah, we're very blessed. Okay.
All right. And so she will turn to your bodyguard who is in the room, and you'll take good care of him, won't you, Quincy?
Looking up from his book. Oh, yeah, sure. I'm not here to watch the
Um,
kid get dressed.
well, no, but it's almost time for your Skinner to depart. Your father and I are taking a separate one with a few other members of the Wallace family. But why don't you go make sure Jessica has a ride?
Shouldn't she have her own ride? Isn't she rich?
Why don't you go make sure of that, sweetheart?
All right, all right. Come on, Q, let's go.
Yeah, tuck his book into his pocket and go out.
Okay, so how do the two of you envision the relationship between Dutch, or whatever name he goes by? Certainly your mother doesn't call you Dutch. She probably calls you something fancy like Aloysius.
Probably, very typical. If he's coming from this kind of background, I would imagine that he's has like and especially being in his teenage years, he has like a rebellious streak. So whatever it is that they espouse to him, he automatically puts it under scrutiny and just kind of like brushes it off, like yeah, you're full of shit or whatever. Um, so he kind of, while he's respectful as much as he can, and he loves his parents and his family, like he just doesn't believe that they're really in touch with reality. Like they live on another planet practically, as much as anybody on a colony would. So he tries to like downplay his wealth when he can, and he tries to slip away and join the what she would recall, what she would referred to as the dregs of humanity down below,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll frequent the bad, nightclubs and such, and places like of ill repute, places that he's not expected or supposed to go, and he'll dress accordingly, so that he can just sort of blend in.
Awesome. So how seriously does Quincy take his job?
I mean, he's ferrying a rich kid around. Um, he's not, on property, whatever. Off property, let's just say when Dutch asks for it, he'll take the GPS out from under the car, turn it off, and put it in his pocket.
Eh, cool.
I'm not his nanny. I'm just supposed to be there.
Awesome. And so Quincy, you decided Quincy's going to be a replicant?
Me?
Is Quincy a
Oh, I didn't even
replicant?
know that was up to me. No, he's probably human.
Okay. All right.
You pay for quality.
Interesting implications
Oh,
for the.
you pay for no hidden like sleeper cell Manchurian candidate memories.
Sure, and like they'd probably want
And the ability to
someone.
shoot to kill.
Exactly. Someone capable of doing violence if it ever came down to that.
I don't have to
Yeah.
just react to the fight. I can start the fight if it'll keep their kids safe.
All right. So yeah, you go pick up your date, Jessica Utani. So this is someone that no, you're not necessarily friends, but you've been to a lot of the same family functions over the years. Other weddings, graduations, Christmases, things like that. So you definitely know who the other person is.
Is Jessica like one of these, angelic beauties that graces the cover of magazines in this era?
Well, let's how does Aaron want to answer that?
Imagine future
Jessica, this is for you,
Photoshop.
Kenosha Pirate.
I don't think I think she's too young to have any work done. I think she's got very much girl next door energy, but a rich bitch next door.
So I would imagine that Dutch is like he finds her attractive, but like he just like with everything else that his parents thrust upon him, he downplays it and he pretends that he's not interested, and he's like he tries to portray that he has that rebellious spirit. So as soon as she gets into the car or whatever, he's just on a device and he just doesn't even look at her, and he's just like, "Hey,
Hey, nice to see you
mom
again.
wants." Yeah, my mom wants me to marry you or something. Can you believe it?
I imagine we had similar speeches tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, how'd yours go? And he's like, he's trying to like sneak a cigarette or something like that. And he's got the windows cracked down a little bit, so he just blows the
So
smoke
she
out.
reaches down from in front of her dress and pulls out a lighter.
Thanks, you're a doll.
I mostly just smile and nod while they talk. It seems to work.
Yeah, it's worked for a decade for me anyway. Yeah.
I have a feeling they don't listen when I talk anyway. So,
No, we got more in common than you thought.
hi Quincy, how are you?
Is the window up? Is there a window between us, up or down?
Let's say that there is a window between you, and whether it's up or down, depends on your boss.
Mm-hmm. If you're trying to sneak a cigarette, probably up, right?
Probably, yeah.
He doesn't care if you smoke. I'm not a doctor. Cigarettes are great for you.
Quincy's cool. You'll see.
We don't have the internet.
Technically
Waves.
you do. The blackout has not yet happened. Because this is from a
Shit.
while ago when, yeah.
I thought we were dealing with like that 81 futurism where they didn't think the internet would ever happen, or cell phones.
It's fair. You do have, satellite communication, things like that.
All right, so where are we going?
What's the name of that alley? Gotta look at the map. Animoid Row.
So you do know you're supposed to go to Our Lady of the Angels Cathedral for the wedding, but if you want to go to Animoid Row,
We'd be late.
I know this nice spot. It's pretty awesome. You've heard of what was the name of that club, Rachel? Was it the Kill House or something like that? No, Kill Magazine, Animoid Row. There was a club
Snake
there.
Pit. The Snake
The
Pit.
Snake
yeah,
Pit.
Snake Pit.
You heard of the Snake Pit?
Oh God, not this. Yep. He just goes over and like hits like the secret kill switch he installed for the GPS tracker. Oh, need to schedule some maintenance, and we're hitting some traffic.
Yeah, I mean, it's LA, baby. What are you gonna do?
We're taking a detour.
I got around all this
Special
traffic.
detour.
Wink.
Messages his mom digitally, like, "Oh my god, OMG, traffic is the worst. Traffic is the pits." You know.
So she will message back, is Jessica with you?
Yeah, she's here. Looks great. Thanks.
Well, people are going to be disappointed not to see you, but have fun, dear.
We'll be fashionably late.
Alright, so you're just gonna blow off the wedding entirely?
We're just gonna be really late to the party,
To the reception.
And now, yeah, and then as we're driving up to as we're on our way to Animoid Row, like he'll just start changing into a different outfit, like more of a
Okay.
clubber style or whatever, you know.
Alright. Just right in front of Jessica, just
Well, because he is the way he is. The clothes were already underneath, like his fancy clothes, so he just takes
oh,
off the
okay. So
tuxedos
you're just
and
gonna
stuff
Superman it.
like that.
The Christopher Reeve.
And then
We
when
can
we're
still
done,
make
I can
that
just peel
reference.
this stuff off and put the fancy stuff back on. It'll be great. I'll be a little smelly maybe when I get to smell of cigarette smoke when I get to the reception, but it'll be fine.
Oh, I would have brought a change of clothes if I knew.
You'll do fine. Just take off your high heels because we're going dancing.
Oh, I can dance in high heels. I guarantee that, but I don't want to. You're right. And she pops them off.
There you go. That's the spirit.
Wait, since you're rich, could you have like a button on the side of it to like make the heel retract? We have robot cats.
And now they're flats.
Beep.
Nice.
Synthetic cats, they're not robots, they're synthetic.
Yeah.
Look, don't push your politics on me, pal. I'm no empathist.
All right. So, cool. So, you manage to just totally skip the wedding ceremony, which is fine because based on going to these events previously, they are very long and very dry, and they're not really religious. There's not a mass attached or anything, but you know, they've clearly want to justify the presence of, 300 or more people as guests. So take up a whole lot of time. And you just managed to avoid all of that
Cool.
because you hit up the snake pit. And so it's not quite the height of fun or the peak party hours, but there are definitely people here who want to get, uh, get a. Hi! Cat is being very active right now. Um, so anyway, a lot of people want to get their groove on.
Sure. In between the long, awkward silences, he'll on the drive over, he'll just like look over at Jessica. It's like, so your family does the space stuff, right?
That's what they're trying to do, yeah.
And trying to sound interested in making small talk. Like, so how's that going?
Uh, um, Good, I guess. I I tune it out a lot. I'm gonna be honest.
So Jessica, that your own mother, has also told you to make nice with the Olsen kid.
Hmm. Um. So what do the Olsons do? Are they just old money?
Beats me.
Uh,
I couldn't begin to
colony
tell
work.
you.
Colony work. Okay.
They made a whole bunch of money investing in the first off-world colonies that paid off very, very well, and they have increased their wealth year by year by essentially rolling last year's profits from the colonies into this year's new endeavor.
I think they build shit houses on Mars. I forget.
No, that's the Musk family. You don't like them. Nobody likes the Musk family.
They're super weird.
Yeah.
Even their bodyguards are weird. They have to like all of his tweets on Twitter. It's weird. It's sad.
Bold of you to assume that Twitter survived.
Yeah. Right.
Just cover my face and just dub over it with whatever actually there. Space Twitter.
Yeah. ADRS. I imagine that's why they're trying to set this up, is because space flight and colonies.
Yeah, except that if it actually worked, it would be uh, Oland Yutani instead of Wayland Yutani, perhaps. I'm just putting it in the worst course possible currently. Let's go to the snake pit. What could possibly go wrong?
All right. So, you kill a couple hours and you notice like, oh, okay, it's the wedding's probably over. Now it's time for everybody taking their pictures. Um, and the reception's probably starting around now. But you are at the snake pit.
Take her straight to the bar. I'm gonna tell Quinn, hey, cut a line for us, will you? Will you just like get us in the back door or something? I don't want to be seen being chauffeured around by a suit and sunshades at night. Just bring us in through the back and get us to the bar as quickly as possible, will you?
Yeah, we've done this before.
Yeah, you probably have your own set of clubwear in the trunk or something that you can change into to be,
Oh
less
no, I want to
obvious.
look like a suit.
Oh, you want to look like a suit?
Mhm.
Okay.
Everybody knows I'm there for some reason, but I don't. But they won't know who I'm with,
Okay.
except the guy I pay to put Dutch on the list.
All right, yeah, so you get in through the back door. Everything's great. Uh,
Is that a
and
laser
as the
pointer?
hours. I'm sorry?
You holding a laser pointer?
Yes, because my cat demands entertainment.
Wow. Dance,
Oh.
human puppet dance.
Yeah, if I don't do this, he'll pee on my shoes or something. Alright, so. The booze is flowing, the music is pumping, you're all having a good time. Uh, wait, that's not music. That's screaming. That's a lot of panicked people as the lights, every light goes out, and the music stops.
I instinctually Jessica grabs hold of Dutch.
Oh fuck, is this an act? Looks around.
And with that, just swoop in and make sure nobody can get behind Dutch to go through his pockets.
Okay. Uh, and so you hear and kind of also feel this shaking of the building.
Shit, what's happening? Looks around.
So you step
Earthquake? Gets under
outside.
the table.
You step outside, and a couple things strike you all at once. Every light is out. And you know those big neon advertising blimps that just float through the city?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the ones that just
One
shine
of
into my
them.
apartment window all night long? Yes.
Well, not anymore.
This is the best night of
'Cause
my
that
life.
one. I'm sorry?
This is the best night of my life.
Because that one has just crashed into the Snake Pit building.
Oh fuck.
Front or back?
What was that?
Front door or back door?
Are you asking me or are you asking Dutch?
I'm asking the storyteller. I'm not asking Dutch how he wants to survive.
Give me an observation roll, please.
Surprisingly, I'm not good at that, so I'm going to push it.
Okay.
1.
All right. Back door probably, although you can tell that this is about to get real hairy real fast.
That's why we're moving before everyone realizes what's happening.
Okay.
Just, and push. And if he
Okay,
can,
so-
like, unflap his gun. So he doesn't have to,
All right,
so it's
you
easier.
absolutely can.
Yeah.
Dutch
All
will
right, so
grab Jessica and run with behind Quincy.
that was my next question. Okay. Sorry, cat. So give me Um, let's see, what would be a good rule for this one? Okay. Go ahead and give me a mobility roll, everybody, please, to sort of navigate the crush.
I'm gonna
What
push.
is Jessica's mobility?
Go ahead and roll me 2d10.
Oh,
Nothing. It's big fancy. I will push
I got-
actually.
I got 2.
I got. Not only did I get none, but I
Alright,
pushed
I
and
got
got a
one.
1.
I got 1.
Oh no.
So I don't know how that works because I've never done this before.
Okay.
Bad.
So, all right. So, what happens is, Dutch, you have no issues navigating the crowd. And you're looking out for Jessica, and due to your assistance, she also manages to make it through. And the reason that you both managed to make it through unscathed is because Quincy is doing his job and taking the hits for you. So, if you scroll down the first page of your character sheet, you'll see boxes for health
and
and
resolve, yep.
Yeah, go ahead and tick off a health box, Quincy.
You got it. I'm down to 4.
Whoops.
This is low health compared to Evan, who has 7.
Jesus.
I mean, that's the point
Well,
between.
the replicants get the +2, so.
Oh, that's true. So Evie is squishy. She's got 4.
All right, so you managed to make it outside, and no lights on anywhere.
Oh shit! What the fuck happened?
Jessica will pull out her cell phone and be like, I assume it's dead.
No bars.
Cars? Spinners?
Yeah, they're there, but you cannot power them up.
What about the ones that were already in the air?
They are falling out of the sky.
Where's get them?
What did you say?
I'm trying to figure out what to do in this. Another like 30 seconds, they'll probably have finished falling, right?
Yeah.
Is our car working?
Listen, I'm gonna close that door behind us and jam some like trash or something, like to just bar it so nobody, so the crush doesn't follow. I don't care about
Okay.
them. I'm not a cop. I'm a bodyguard. I don't have rules other than Dutch lives. I can
Okay.
put a gun in a journalist's mouth.
So, through the doors of the skimmer, you witness more people pouring out into the street. And the streets aren't really built to contain them, because you've got these skyscrapers of 100 or more floors. Sort of expect everyone is gonna stay in there. But when everyone comes out, there's simply not enough room for everyone. And there's a lot of panic, because no one knows what's going on. And so you hide, essentially. Not hide, but take shelter. You take shelter in your skimmer, and you notice some people, very panicked people, try to break into other skimmers around you, but it's very quickly given up as people figure out, oh, these don't work either. You can tell, especially Quincy, everything has the exact correct makings for a riot tonight.
Yep. We need to get out of here before somebody does something stupid. But like, we're in sector 2, right? I don't know what sector we started in, or where either the Olden or Utani family holdings are, which would be probably might be closer safe houses. Police station's no good. Streets are no good. Rooftops building might catch fire. It's LA. I don't think you have a real subway line here. Not that we'd want to be
Not
down there.
anymore.
No.
Well, there are a couple subway tunnels in downtown, and everything that's worth happening happens in downtown. So that is where the Yutani family has their houses. That's where the Olsen family also is.
Okay, so that's our goal. Player-wise, right? Or am I missing something?
Yeah. So go ahead and give me. Let's see.
I'm gonna give Dutch my book to read while I'm figuring out this plan.
What's your book?
The Hagakure.
Okay. Go ahead and give me
Way to be a
insight.
street samurai?
It's a good book for a bodyguard. What'd you say?
Insight, please.
Sure thing. Hey, I got one.
Okay. You remember that the LA River is not actually a river at all. It is a concrete viaduct.
The big aqueduct that Johnny Knoxville broke his leg in.
That would be it.
That who broke his leg?
Johnny
in?
Knoxville of Jackass.
He breaks his leg all everywhere.
Yeah, but it was like it lasted for like 2 seasons of Jackass.
Also the classic Terminator 2 chase scene.
That was
Or-
just thinking that, yeah.
Or if you want to go old school, Them is shot in the LA River as well, with a giant ant moving.
Didn't Rebel Without a Cause do something with it too?
Probably, I don't
I
remember.
know they did Griffith Observatory too.
Yeah.
I really embarrassed
All right.
myself by saying Johnny Knoxville, huh? Wow.
no,
Quincy,
you're
you have a
fine.
gun, right?
Yep, and it's loaded.
Great.
And let's just check. It's not a smart gun. Yeah, it's working.
Slug throwers are working, and it's probably going to be a bad time when everybody figures that out.
Flashlight working.
No. Batteries are fried.
Oh shit.
Well, why don't we just wait in the car until you know they get the lights back on?
So those assholes tried to
All
get
of
in
it.
that car, and they had time to think about it. Everybody still inside is not going to have time to think about it. If they find out where your shoes are made, we're going to be in trouble.
Well, I guess we shouldn't go anywhere on foot then. Might as
I've
well
got the
stay
black
here,
card.
stay hidden.
I've got the black card in my wallet right now.
That shit's worthless right now.
Everything's
Nothing
worthless.
works.
Like, I assume I have, like, one magazine and a backup magazine.
Sure, and your gun is probably combat ready, so you've got one extra round in the chamber.
We need to move before the riot starts.
All right, you might want to take off your dancing shoes, Jessica. We're gonna go running.
Hey,
Thankfully.
it's a fucking wedding. She has flats in her purse. Of course she does.
They put on his
Alright.
running shoes and take off.
Then we're going to go over the plan. We're going to try to make it as quickly as we can to your home. Bzz. Failing that, the backup would be your parents' holdings in business. Those have security, and they should know you on site, right?
Yeah.
Talking about going to a bank?
I mean, like the headquarters.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. That's smart.
Okay.
If you get separated from me, that's the goal. That is mostly to Jessica. Dutch is not getting separated from Quincy.
All right. As you move through the city, I would like stealth rolls from everybody.
I imagine Jessica's bad at this.
I imagine we're all bad at this.
So give me a D6 and a D10, please, Jessica.
Okay.
Why did it roll twice? Either way, I got one.
I will very much push this. 'Cause it seems like it's important.
Okay, and remember you've got birthday advantage.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I did not need it during my scene, so
And there's also
God,
what, like
wow.
2 bend violences and 2 male violences?
Yeah.
Alright. So, what happens? Jessica, you're used to dressing for attention in bright, look at me colors. Very, very flashy, very trendy. Even your very well sculpted haircut indicates that you have money. And this is what attracts the attention of 3 big, burly guys. Block your way. So the leader has this wicked looking hunting knife in his hand. And his 2 goons, his 2 lackeys, one of them has a length of chain wrapped around his fist, and the other one has antique Louisville slugger.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Are we out on the street, like in the roadway, or in a sad alley?
You
or-
are in the viaduct.
Oh, this is okay. So we actually make it that far, and then that's when we run into these assholes.
Yeah, and the leader says, cash and watch now.
He looks to Quincy.
Sorry, man, we carried cards and everything got fried. Will this do? And I pull the gun out and put it in his face.
Oh no.
I would do like one of these.
All right. So they are getting ready to attack
No,
you.
he's getting ready to get shot in the face.
All right. So the next move he makes is hostile as he lunges to stab you.
Bang! Right in the face.
Woo.
All right. Go ahead and give me a firearms roll. You only need 1 success.
Got
One
it.
success.
Wow. Boom.
Hey, and
Gentlemen,
so
I'm
this
not
is-
here to fuck around. I'm here to get home.
So
I can
this
give
is-
you a deposit. I can give you deposits of lead if you'd like, or you can just keep walking. It's a nice bat, by
So
the
do you
way.
shoot? Do you shoot to kill, or is this? A
I will
warning
shoot
shot?
that man to kill in his face.
Okay. So
The cops ain't coming.
Dutch and Jessica, this is the first time that you've ever seen someone die, and it's pretty fucking violent. As given the caliber of the firearm that Quincy carries, his head goes from being there to not being there.
Jessica goes ghost white and collapses where the river would be, and immediately hurls.
Okay. How does Dutch react to this?
He's just staring like I'm imagining this is the violent action that just makes him completely jaded in the future. So he's just like absorbing all the details and like it's playing out in front of him over and over again.
Okay. And so the other 2 people, the one who are still alive,
I mean, that gun
realize
trains on one of them instantly after the guy goes
Yeah.
down.
they realize you have a gun. They don't. And they don't want to be next, so they just they take 3 steps back and then just turn around and start running.
Wow.
Holy shit! You fucking killed that guy.
Yeah. Let's go.
Dutch has to be goaded into snapping out of it for a second, and then he's like, "Yeah, right.
Dutch, come on."
Let's go." Helps Jessica up to her feet and just stumbles his way along.
We don't
I
have
think she
time
reached it- I
for
think she
someone to
pulls-
find us.
She reaches out. She probably goes into her purse and pulls out a nice, lovely little Xanax and throws that back immediately.
While we're going
Probably
through,
gonna
while we're
be in
going
some
through
trouble.
the aqueduct, can we see the rest of the lights are out?
Yes. So you start to see lights going on in the distance, and at first you're relieved until you get a little bit closer, and you can smell smoke on the wind, and oh no, those aren't street lights. That's something on fire.
The thing you don't want to see in LA.
All right,
Should-
go ahead and give me mobility rolls, everyone.
Mm.
That was 2d10 for Jessica.
Yes.
That is 1 for me.
Should I push this?
Oh shit! I got.
I
two.
should push this. I've got plenty of health. Okay, no successes, but no ones.
Okay.
We'll take that. We take those.
And so, again, Dutch, you got 2 successes on your roll. And that's mostly because Quincy is putting forward all of his effort to support you for your benefit. And so, after about it's probably a good hour of navigating what has just devolved into utter chaos in the streets, as nobody knows what's going on. All they know is everything is down. Nothing with a battery or an electrical current works. And so you hear everything from it's an alien invasion to the UN has invaded, the replicants uprising.
But we don't hear any sirens.
You do not hear any sirens.
Oh, shit.
And like Evan, Evan, my name's on there first. Quincy's gonna point that out to the 2. We're alone. That's why we're going home. That's why these people don't get second chances. You have to be determined in advance, like the book says.
Okay. So, after about another hour of careful movement, none of you are injured, but it does take a while. You get to the high-rise where your family lives, Dutch. And you've never really seen it from street level. But even you can tell from this angle, the top half has just been sheared off.
Oh no, my stuff.
Oops.
Yup.
Oh no. Okay. So he's just like, oh shit, and he like rushes in,
Yeah.
not thinking at all, and like tries to. Obviously, he's gonna try to take the stairs all the way to the top, like.
Let me know when you
Okay.
get to the 23rd floor. I'm gonna puke.
Listen, we're not making it that far. We're not making it halfway up this shit.
No.
Because you were on what, 200?
Give me a strength check, Dutch.
Sure,
Or, stamina. This will be stamina.
sure. No. 2.
2 successes. So you do make it a decent ways up. And then you open the door to get to the next staircase up, and you've been at this a while, so like you're heaving and you're panting, and Jessica's thrown up twice already. And you open the door.
Wow, way to sandbag Jessica.
She's the one who started it. You open the door and there's nothing.
Mom, where are you? He's like going into every room and like screaming your name.
Wait, did Dutch fucking do 200 flights of stairs?
No,
Yeah.
I mean you get to like the 60th floor, and you open the door and it's air. Like all the floors above are gone.
Oh fuck! Oh, I thought I had made it into like
Mr.
that-
Super
oh,
Athlete over here thinking he can do 200 flights of stairs.
So he's just like staring up, like, where is she? Where are they?
Chesco put a hand
Oh
up.
no, I think you
They're-
and
they're-
I are like 20 flights below at least.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think we're
probably.
very tired.
You will eventually catch up to Dutch just going like
Hey, is that the Milky Way?
They're at their wedding, right? Fetch, they're fine. They're at the wedding.
Right, right. They're at the wedding. They're at the wedding, right? Right.
Where was the wedding? Downtown? Sector 1?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to do observation in that general area of town to look for fires or anything.
Jessica would like to
Okay.
look towards all do the same thing, but for her home.
All right. You can push.
Yeah, I'll push the one of these. Still no successes, but the one was there before. So is that still a penalty?
You got a migraine.
What is Jessica's observation?
Give me a D8 and a D12, please.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and use my birthday benevolence, because why the hell not?
Okay.
Holy
So 3.
shit! Oh, I think that's 4.
Fuck. She brought binoculars with her.
She's got synthetic
glasses.
eyes.
Guys,
Yeah.
don't say same brain, Rachel, same brain. It's just
All right. So, Jessica, you can tell that your family that they're building not too far away is still standing. Looking in the direction of the cathedral, you can see some fires, but it's difficult to make out what, if anything, is happening. To draw this vignette to a close, Dutch, your parents make it through the blackout. They were at the church, and fortunately churches are pretty conservative. So there wasn't a whole lot of tech going on there. Problem is, every record of your family's fortune is gone.
Oh man.
And this pretty much breaks both of your parents. So I will leave it to you to decide their ultimate fates.
Sure. That works for me.
And in the future, you always had this idea that you were going to become a Blade Runner, but now you have really good motivation to make it into next year's graduating class.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any more questions for me?
Just where did I get my coat from? Because that was like the signature item. I was fully expecting it to be like, oh, I have to take it off of Quincy's body
So,
and he, like sacrifice himself.
What
to
I had
keep me
thought
from
to
getting
do,
robbed or something.
well, when you guys were like resting, was to take the coat off that one guy to cover up the nice clothes you're wearing, but it probably been covered in brains. So
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, no. That
if I was
coat had
smarter,
blood
I would
on
have
it, like, a
stopped
lot.
those two guys if they ran off. Give me your coats, and made you both wear one of the coats.
If you want to retcon it that
I would
way,
love
we
to do
absolutely
that.
can. Okay.
Because
Yeah.
you're dressed well, very well, even if you're like dressing down. You ain't shopping at Target.
Right. That's cool. I like that.
All right, cool. So, let's take another 5-minute break, and when we come back, it'll be Evan's turn. say, indeed, let us jam. So we return, and it is the final flashback of the evening. So, uh, you, Evan. So, if Evan wasn't a Blade Runner, what would he be?
Whatever they told him to be. Or if you get to
Okay.
choose.
A
No, I'm just
gigolo.
You're
asking
asking the
you
replicant
as
what his aptitude test said?
I'm asking the player, like, what do you think? If Evan, who was a Doxy model,
Something monstrous. Like, I don't think, like, that's not to say sex work is monstrous, but I think it would be used as, like, some, for ill, like, gathering dirt on people or manipulating people.
Be a
Some,
honeypot. He'd be a
yeah,
honeypot,
yeah,
right?
something like,
I believe in Evan's case it'd be honey dick. It's a honey dick. Yeah, honey
Oh,
dick.
he's got both.
Oh.
okay,
They can program, he can
let's
switch.
The
let's go
Replusy, I
with
see.
let's go with corporate espionage agent then. You're real good at getting into places, getting whatever intel
Turns out
or
being able to lie to
data.
people makes you a great cop.
Yeah. And so you were on a job trying to infiltrate some high rise or another.
How many
And
floors we
the
talking? 16?
I'm sorry?
How many floors we talking? 1600? 300? Earth?
You're trying to get dirt on a senator.
Is it, Bannister?
Yeah. Uh-huh. And so the last thing that you remember is breaking into a room that you thought was supposed to be empty. And you see the very confused face of Senator Bannister. And then the next thing that you are aware of is heat. You have never been this hot before.
Disagree.
You have never been this outdoors before.
Definitely agree.
You look around and you see sand and cacti and sun-warmed rocks. You are in the high desert.
Just gotta close my eyes real hard. I open them again, hoping that everything around me will be different and what it's supposed to be.
Okay. Inez and Otto, you also were replicants doing a job, and you wake up here in the desert.
How did we get here?
Anna's gonna take like survey their surroundings, like check their person. Do they have? I'm looking at my stats. I assume I would normally have a weapon.
You'd normally have a weapon. You do not have the weapon right now.
Okay.
Probably also have a KIA or something like that normally.
Yep.
I see.
Yep. Gonna open my eyes finally and just look around and scream.
All right. That is what the other two of you experience.
Inez is going to quickly clamp a hand over Evan's mouth.
Das ist seltsam. This is weird.
We don't know where we are. Screaming and giving away our position is a bad idea right now.
It makes me feel better. Last thing I know, I was not in the fucking desert. Now, I'm gonna have to get sand in my shoes. Do you know how much these shoes
Oh,
cost?
Is this a dream? Are we dreaming right now?
Don't think so.
Listen, I tried to wake you up from it. Didn't work. Thus the screaming.
Oh, that would not wake you. Evan, you would have to do this, and he slaps him across the face. Are we awake now?
No, fuck you.
Oh, I guess not. He slaps himself. It's like,
So, go ahead and give me some observation rolls, please.
I hope we find a tortoise.
Nice. Well played.
Oh my god, so I made this map in Incarnate, and I forgot to save the first version in which there was a tortoise. And I forgot to add that into this one.
It's okay. I stole my joke from chat.
efficiency. I'm not good at that. So, D68.
Oh, you know what? I've got a D10 I am gonna push. Just for the extra. Oh, that's the D8. No, I'm gonna leave that. Never mind, just one.
I'll push. Let's see. Okay.
Oh,
I got
nice.
an 8, so I did get 1 success.
Okay. So, Otto, in that direction, probably about a good half a mile away, on a ridge, you see an array of, they look like jeeps. Evan, in the opposite direction, you see what looks like a big brushed steel building. And Inez, what you see with your success and observation is over that way, a group of other humans, replicants, unsure, they're people-shaped, running. It looks like one of them has an injured ankle.
Can I ask a question on behalf of my teammate?
Yes.
Running which way?
Towards the jeeps.
See, I did that sound. He points to the vehicles.
That's
If we're
the
going to get out of here, that might be one way to do it.
that's the ugliest
There's-
fucking building I've ever seen.
There's people running towards the whatever direction Otto looked.
Listen, it sounds like they have an idea of what's going on. Let's go talk to them.
Okay, so which one of you breaks cover first?
I'm not that smart, so probably Otto.
Alright.
It's not Inez for sure.
I'll try to be sneaky about it, probably, because I don't think you're gonna be that sneaky out in the desert.
Evan is
Is it
that
daytime or nighttime?
opportunistic. He would let him go first.
Yeah, I'm looking at these skills.
It's hot, so it's probably daytime, right? Does it get
Yeah,
cold
it's
at night?
about 1 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Oh god, we're dying out here.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
D10 and then D8. All right. Let's see what. Oh fuck! No, I don't know that.
Wow!
What's 106 get you? How many successes?
How do you even get it to do 106 plus D8? I just clicked the button on the side.
I got 2 successes.
Yay.
6 and an 8. I'm moving stealthily.
I think that'd be 3 because you rolled max on the die.
Oh, max.
Yeah, because if you roll max,
Oh.
it's 2 successes.
On a D8, no?
Yeah, I think so.
No, on a D8
Oh, really?
is 1 success. Yeah.
Oh,
If
okay.
you
So
roll
you
max
it's,
on like
it's
a 10.
a D10 and
You
up.
get
Oh,
two.
okay.
I would say there's less of a reason to go to like D12.
Yeah, that
like-
makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, alright. I'm so sorry. Okay, I was setting something else up. Alright, so... Otto, how did you do?
I got 2 successes for sneaking about the desert in the
Okay,
afternoon.
alright. Excellent. So, You manage, almost instinctively, to keep close to the ground. And this is open desert, but as you can see, there's a bunch of rocks and such that provide cover. And so uh, the bullet flies over your head and not into it.
Inez ducks immediately, like, and probably if Evan's nearby, boom, boom, down.
Okay, and so you can trace easily where the bullet came from. You see another group of people in blue jeans and big cowboy hats, and they are in an ATV, and you see like a handful of rifles that they're holding,
Like the quad bike or like a jeep.
like a quad bike.
They're all on one of them.
I'm sorry?
They're all like there's like 3 guys on one quad.
Yes.
Aw. They're
They're just
good.
some buds.
They're secure friends.
One of
just
them
some
drives
buds.
and the other 2 fire.
Oh, there's one facing backwards and one facing forward so they can cover.
Probably.
They're
Yeah.
both facing you.
I was gonna say, no, one's in the other's lap facing backwards.
All right. And so you hear one of them call out, "Target 2 o'clock." And one of them aims, shoots, fires. And one of the replicants that you saw running goes down.
Or being run.
Get runter, get down, get cover.
Inez
And
is
so,
can't hurt humans, but I can hurt their quad bike, right?
And their guns.
uh, so, Otto, you were going towards the runners?
I was
Is that
I was
accurate?
going towards the jeeps because I saw vehicles. I'm like, oh, maybe we can flag down one and we can get a ride or something out of here.
All right, so you end up taking shelter behind a rock with one of the replicants, the one that went down, and the one that was with them. It's 2 women. And so the one who went down has been shot, and the other one is like, no, stay with me, stay with me, stay with me.
I have medical. I'll roll on that if you'll allow it.
Go ahead.
I'm not very good at it, but let's see. Hold still, please. I got a success.
Okay. So you manage to sort of help her come up with like a tourniquet and like put pressure on the wound, but even you can tell this is just delaying the inevitable.
I lie to her friend and say, if we can manage to get her to some place, we might be able to keep her from bleeding out. Yeah.
And
I need your help.
She has just lost it, and she's like, "What place? What place? There's no place. We're in the middle of nowhere.
Those cars over there, they can take us, but we have to get there first.
I can't carry her by myself."
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I try to psych her up to help me, like, put her arms around each of her shoulders so we can run her over.
Okay. And so Evan and Inez, you cannot hear what is going on, but you can see the body language and the movements and the action.
Can I do an observation test? I want to look for... So I want to tell... like, this is clearly some sort of hunting ground that somebody set up. I want to see if those jeeps are bait. Based on, like, number of footprints running towards it, dead replicant bodies that may have been left there. Like, if there's a
Okay.
number of bodies over there, those jeeps probably don't work, right? They're just there to draw us
Go-
in? Like an Evan
Go ahead
pot,
and
as we
give me
called
that
it?
check.
Insight or observation?
Observation, please. Whoops.
Well, I'm going to push that, because I know I'm going to live forever.
Yeah, you
Um,
may
Guess what?
Wow.
Guess what? I'm a replicant. I get to push twice.
Holy shit. Wow.
Um,
Say shit.
given my very obvious combat training, I'd like to make the same observation if I may.
You may.
Take a picture of that.
Although, Evan.
Oh my god, that's embarrassing.
I'm gonna push this for sure.
All right.
Yeah, 2 successes.
All right. So, Evan, you look, and you think clearly bait. Inez, you look, and you notice a couple, the way that the geography is, because they are parked up on a ridge. There's clearly like one pathway up, so getting to those jeeps is going to be more of a challenge than just duck the people trying to murder you.
And are the dudes on the bike between us and the building?
No.
Also, how big is that building? Is it like a bunker kind of, like hangar kind of shape, like rounded top? Is it as hideous as I'm imagining?
So it's silo-sized in shape, but not like a grain silo. It is circular, and you can see like pipes and stuff coming out of it. It's maybe 3 stories tall.
It's brushed metal.
And
I
concrete.
just can't get over that part.
Yeah, it's steel and concrete.
What's your name, kid?
Evan.
Also, take it up with the artists. I'm working with what they gave me.
Alright, the jeeps look safe, but getting there is the tricky part. We'll have to go single file. There's only one way in. Bad. They'll kill us all, I think. I think the building's our best bet.
If you say so. I don't know what I'm doing here. Last I checked, I was in somebody's penthouse.
Surviving is my skill set, Evan. Stick with me.
All right. So, Otto, you try and get the 2 women that you've encountered back to the jeeps. How do you go about this? Just make a break for
Quietly?
it, or
Well, I mean, if they're within a reasonable distance, we'll straight up run, or we'll try to be as quietly as possible, and or wait for some other distraction, and then use that opportunity to use stealth and get across.
okay. All right. I posted a picture of the building.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, it's more like a bunker or a fort. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we're headed for sure. That's secure as shit.
Yeah.
Inez is watching Otto and the other 2 and is waiting for. She's fully using them as bait.
Thinking
So
like a
once
replicant.
once she clocks that the hunters are after those 3, she's gonna drag Evan to make a break for the building.
Okay. All right. So, Otto, I'm not gonna make you roll for this because it's a pretty easy thing to figure out. You see, there's another dirt bike or ATV 4-wheeler. Sort of drives from the distance. Same thing. It's got someone in the driver's seat, 2 people with guns, and they start encircling you. And you've never really understood what pack tactics have meant before now, but they're clearly using pack tactics to contain the 3 of you.
Oh boy. So there's like 3 vehicles like driving around us?
Just 2. 2 vehicles,
just
3
2?
people each.
Okay. I'll tell the girls to like make a break for it, quick! Get to the building, or get away from here. And then he'll try to like make it look like he's surrendering, and as one of them is passing by, he'll try to relieve one of them of the rifle by grabbing it and flinging his ass through the fucking air.
Okay. So, That's your plan,
Right.
but it doesn't really work that way. So you walk, hands up. I'm not a threat. I'm not here to shoot. And so one of them shouts, "Give us some sport!" and fires into the ground at your feet.
Mm,
Run, replicant, run!
I'm done running. And that's when he reaches out, grabs the rifle, and tries to throw the guy through the air.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a mobility test. You will need
Okay.
2 successes to succeed on this.
Oh, fuck. I'm super dead. Mobility, not that great.
Just push twice. Just push twice.
Agility, though, is not bad. D10 and D8. So let's see how that works out. Hey!
Look who got it
Oh,
one.
Shit!
I
Three,
got
baby.
3 successes! That motherfucker is sailing through the air!
He's sailing away.
How's that for
Okay.
sport?
So, you do pull off this very slick move, but it's pretty much the last move that Otto ever does. And the last thing you see is you crash to the ground, watching the human that you've just fought off fall. You've clearly injured his shoulder, maybe dislocated it a little bit. He's gonna remember that. But that's when his buddies open fire on you.
Yeah. Well, it was just to try to see if the other ones could get away. Like, he knew he wasn't gonna make it through that.
That's fully what Inez and Evan pick break
Oh.
for it.
Okay, so you make a break for it. You end up at the bunker.
You kind of have to like pull Evan because he's like, oh.
Yeah, no, Inez fully drags him.
Okay, so you arrive at the bunker. It's locked.
How high is the wall?
About 3 stories.
Okay,
How-
so I could
how-
give her a boost.
How tough does this door look?
It's solid concrete and
Okay,
steel.
noted.
How's your mobility? I bet we could if I could
Very
get,
high.
Okay, if I could get you up to like that, like the, you know how it's like it goes like cross slats halfway up, but on
Yeah.
the left side there's like a spot where you could like ninja warrior your way up. I bet I could give
Yes.
you a boost up there.
Okay.
And then you open the door for me.
That sounds like a
Alright,
plan.
I would like 1 mobility roll and 1 stealth roll, please.
Do you have stealth?
I do have stealth, yes, and mobility.
What, from both of us or?
Well, 1 from each, please.
Okay.
So you want us both to roll both? Or
No, one of you rolls 1.
I'm taking
All
mobility.
right, my mobility is an A. I'm
I
just
don't
gonna
have
put it up.
I don't have stealth.
Okay, then you roll mobility. There we go. I will go ahead and push because I believe that is a big number for me. Yeah, it is. There we go.
Will a 2 help us out on mobility, or are we good?
It will always help.
I will push that 4. I got a 4 again.
Do it again.
Yeah, I can. We're replicants.
We're up against baby. Let's do it.
Ah!
It is mocking you.
How does this keep happening? Not enough humans
Okay.
here. That's what's dragging me down.
So, yeah, you give Inez the boost up that she needs. Inez, you are at the top of the building, and you can tell that these people in the ATVs, the 2 ATVs that you've seen, are not the only people here. So you see a couple of other people, what looks like a photographer, and a couple more observers sort of standing off in a distance, clearly watching what's unfolding.
Okay. I'll have like a running total of how many people I'm going to have to deal with.
Okay.
And then I see there are windows up here. What are these windows like?
The windows?
They're,
Aha.
they like the second tier there is
Mm-hmm.
little windows.
Like hurricane shutters.
So,
We're really searching for any advantage we can get out of this picture.
uh-huh.
I have a certain set of skills that make me a nightmare for people like this.
Okay, so you just see a lot of machinery, of indeterminate use and origin inside.
Okay, but can I break in?
Are those pipes on the right side that I could just climb up?
Yeah, with a mobility check.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right.
I can't really assist other than just like holding the
Listen,
hand
I don't
out
want to
and
wait
yank
out
you up.
here and get put against the wall. So.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? Pushing that, I got a 1.
Well, I think that's the one that carried over from the first roll.
Yeah.
The first roll was a 1 and a 4, and then I got a 1 and an 8, so I got a 1 success. Is what I meant to say.
Oh, okay.
Can I roll to
Words.
help once he gets to a certain point and just
Go ahead and give me that roll.
okay. What's this gonna stamp mobility still or
Yeah, mobility.
okay.
Yeah, do you think Petros is gonna shoot one of us?
Yeah, that's getting pushed. Okay, there we go.
All right. So with a little bit of teamwork, you both managed to make it onto the roof of this bunker. What do you do next?
Next is figure out a way inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll
I will-
also point out to Evan like, hey, there's people watching this shit go on.
Oh,
Right there.
Disgusting.
All right. There is no real way inside. So, it is locked. It is bulletproof glass. And as you figure out, or as you try to figure out how to get in, you realize Evan thought that the cars and the jeeps might be bait. No, this is the bait.
Fuck.
I don't know what to do.
So, you look over and you see the other people in the ATVs have started hunting down the other replicants. You can see some of them lying in the sand, bleeding out.
Do you think we can
What do
make
you
it
do
to the
next?
jeeps?
What what do I think the odds are of us being able to make it to the jeeps from here?
Well, as soon as they spot you up here, they're gonna start shooting,
We could lay
Okay.
down on
and
the
you'll
roof.
probably die.
All right.
You could try and make it to the jeeps, and you'll probably die.
What about the observers? Do they look armed? And do they look like they have vehicles?
They do not have vehicles. They
Okay.
do have weapons.
Great.
Their demeanor is they are being entertained. So you can't hear what they're saying. They're too far away, but you can see them sort of like point in the distance when one of the other people makes a shot, and like obviously like, oh, good shot. Like, oh, that could have gone better.
If only we could get inside. Like, all my plans revolve around being able to get inside.
Yep.
I mean, maybe one of the people has the key?
On the
The
bikes,
passkey?
the dudes with the guns that are hunting down robots or replicants in pack tactics.
Yup.
All right.
Wait, well,
Well,
what if we go on to the highest point of it and it's lay down on the roof so they can't see us?
it is very hot and it is metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a short-term plan, not a long-term one. Um,
It doesn't need to
I
be a
would
long-term one because they're gonna be done killing those last two guys any second now.
um I think the ones observing are probably less adept and might have access to this building too.
Let's try it.
Okay.
All right, so you try to go to the observers.
Yes.
All right, so
With stealth, right?
go ahead
There,
and give
yes.
me stealth rolls.
I would like to use one of the benevolences we have to get advantage, please.
Sure.
I'm gonna take that roll I just got because I'm not gonna do better than that.
Let me see what I can push here. I will push the 4. 3 successes.
All right, so what would you like to do with your 3 successes in stealth?
I would like to get as close to them as I can without them noticing, of course.
Okay.
And once I'm close enough, I wanna kind of clock them to see like who's ringleader here, who probably has the key, or who would I assume has the key if they had it.
All right. There's no one here who looks like they have any authority. So there's a photographer, and then there are 2 women, probably about in their 40s, and a very bored-looking bodyguard.
All right, and I cannot hurt humans. Oh boy, that's fun.
And are they all armed?
They all have small sidearms, yes.
I'm gonna look back at Evan and be like, I'm gonna try and disarm them.
4 of them?
I mean, if you get the gun from one of them, you could potentially hold the others hostage.
Are they dumb enough to think that like I'm going to be able to shoot them though?
You could be malfunctioning.
That's true. All right, I will. The whoever's closest has a gun, I'm going for it and taking the gun off of them.
All right.
It's your birthday, so this has to work.
All right. So go ahead and give me mobility, please.
I will be pushing that.
Okay.
3 successes.
All right. So whose gun are you going for?
The bodyguard
You
probably.
rolled
He's
a
the most dangerous.
9/11.
It is 9/11. Whoops.
All right. So Evan, what you see is Inez execute this just amazing, badass takedown. She ends up with the bodyguard's weapon and just immediately points it at the other 3. But you can tell, and they can tell, by the way that her hand shakes as she aims, she's not able to pull the trigger. And they just pull their own guns on her and just bang, 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 bang.
Oh no, and it was her birthday. And I never learned her name.
So watching this, what do you do next?
I guess I'm going to take a shit ton of stress damage from this.
Oh yeah, you are.
When I have 4 resolve, that matters. My goal here is to
Okay.
roll a 1 on the stress test and beat the shit out of somebody. But that's not likely to happen.
So, are you going for the group of observers?
I'm certain the same thing would happen.
So, your earlier plan of staying high and staying low, essentially,
Yeah.
the worst plan in the world.
Yeah, I'm gonna lizard up on the roof.
Okay. So, you lizard up on the roof as you watch the hunt conclude. And you see one thing that burns into your memory is there is one of the replicants has managed to survive pretty much the whole day, and the photographer at sunset comes across her where she has been hiding, clearly with the same idea that you had to just sort of wait it out and then get back home. And he's menacing her, and what you see is he goes for the kill, but she beats him to it. You're not sure when she got the knife, but she just stabs this motherfucker right in the heart. And she looks surprised at herself, as surprised as you are that she was able to do this.
We can do that? I could kill all the humans. Get revenge for what's his name and what's their face.
And that's sort
I'll
of
never
the last,
forget them.
That's sort of the last thought you have. And then everything gets a little disjointed. And you have a memory, or you will, maybe, who knows, of people talking over you and about you. No, he's too valuable. But he's seen too much. Well, good thing he's a replicant. You can just reprogram him. And the last thing you see is the face of Lilith Tyrell before everything goes black. And maybe one day you will get these memories back.
Who are those guys?
Yeah, maybe if you ever end up in the desert again, you might start having flashbacks.
Yeah.
So,
And I might start thinking about that time I was in that building. For some reason, the roof got cut off. Like 60 floors and up, just gone.
I'll let you know when those memories start making their way back.
Oh God, no. Evan's weird to play.
So, that is our show for tonight. Thank you so much, the three of you, for showing up and being such good sports as I just inflict the best emotional trauma I could devise on all three of you.
It's okay, mine just got deleted.
But not forever. It's more like they put it in the recycle bin.
Oh, they put it there, but they didn't empty the bin.
Yep.
You gotta talk to
Exactly.
Clippy, Ben. You gotta talk to Clippy.
I'm gonna
You
talk to
gotta check
Badgie because I watched a lot of Lower Decks this week. Star Trek Lower Decks. That's my plug.
All right. So, speaking of plugs, if we just want to do one quick go round of who we are, advertise whatever the fuck you want to advertise, whether that's your stuff, someone else's stuff, your favorite Kickstarter.
Yeah. Hello, it's me, Aaron again. I've got some stuff going on this weekend. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, I'll be over at Girls Run These Worlds. We're gonna be playing big motherfucking crab truckers.
I love big motherfucking crab truckers.
And we're all family, so it's accidentally Fast and Furious themed now. And Sunday, I believe at the same time. Let me double check that. Sunday, I will be over at Lost Caravan RPG. That will be 1:30 Pacific, or sorry, 1:30 Eastern. We're gonna be playing Heckin' Good Doggos. I'll be playing a beagle, a chonky beagle.
Nice. Hi, Ben. Played Evan, Quincy, and a third guy whose name probably shouldn't be remembered. He's probably gonna come up later, isn't he? You can catch me here, and if you like dogs, Odd Duck Dice does sell dice that have paw prints for pips. She really hates filling those in with ink, but she does sell those.
Nice. I'm Eric, online at Maron Recluse, and you can find me here next week for this awesome game, Blade Runner. But yeah, for watching.
All right, I have been your game runner. My name is Rachel. You can find me Stolen Fires pretty much everywhere, including Start Playing Games, where I am hoping to run a Call of Cthulhu game on Sunday. We'll see. It's Return to Teutoburg Forest. It's the thing that I wrote and put on Miskatonic Repository. Play super traumatized Roman legionnaires. Yeah, you can find me Start Playing games/GM/Rachel. Yeah. And come back on Monday where we play some Dragon Age. Should be good times. They might be fighting Corypheus. Who knows? Anyway, we will see you all next week. Good night, everybody.